boys and girls. I'm Miss Lisa, or Lisa Jo Yogi. I'm here today to bring you a tween yoga class. I want to give a shout out to Jenna from Huntley Elementary School in Appleton, Wisconsin. I understand Jenna might be tuning in today, so welcome Jenna, thanks for logging in. If anyone else wants a shout out, make sure you comment after you've participated in our class today. Leave your name and I'll give you a shout out. With that said, let us get started in our yoga class. There are a couple of things you will need. One is a mat, a towel, or a blanket to put down. I have a thin yoga mat here. It does not need to be a yoga mat. A beach towel works great, or a blanket. So you'll need that. And then also you'll need, I have a block. My guess is you probably aren't going to have a yoga block at home, but works really well is maybe 2 books, like textbooks, to make about this height. So what I'll ask you to do is just simply turn the video off, turn it off, go get those items, the blanket or the towel, and something to represent a block. Find those, come back, and then turn the video on. All right, I am assuming you are back and ready to go. Before we get started moving today, I'd like you to maybe close your eyes, and I want you to think of a mode of transportation that describes how you are feeling today. Let me give you an example. I know you're at home, many of you are at home. Maybe you are feeling a bit more sluggish today because you're out of your normal routine. Maybe you're not getting a lot of movement. So a mode of transportation that might represent feeling sluggish could be a car that's running out of gas, or a tricycle that's moving very slowly. Maybe you are feeling more like a rocket ship soaring through the air. Maybe you have a lot of energy. Maybe you feel more like a UFO, which stands for unidentified flying object, not really knowing where you're going. Because again, your schedule is so much different than what you are used to. Maybe you feel very calm and more serene, like a canoe or a kayak on the water. So whatever it is, just take a moment, again, close your eyes, bring to mind a mode of transportation that represents how you are feeling in this moment. So go ahead, open your eyes. We'll find a little breath work next. We'll see if the breath can maybe change the mode of transportation, maybe calm you down if you are feeling like you're soaring, or maybe giving a little more energy if you're feeling a little bit more sluggish. The breath is called reach and pull. I want you to reach your arms out to the side, palms are up. Breathe in, and as you breathe in, your midsection, your belly will expand as you're drawing air in. Reach your arms up, hands come overhead. As you exhale, cross your hands, draw your hands in towards your chest, and let the breath go. You can actually make the sound of your breath as you're moving through reach and pull. So as you inhale, breathe in through your nose. Reach your arms up. As you exhale, send the breath back out through your nose. Draw the hands back in. So reach the arms out and up. Breathe in. Exhale. Draw the arms in. Exhale. Take this 2 more times. Take it at your pace. I might be going faster than you want to go right now, or maybe I'm going slower than you want to go right now. So flow this through twice more. Breathing in through the nose and out of the nose is calming. So perhaps you're feeling that sense of calmness or serenity overtake your body. go ahead, release your hands above your knees and blink your eyes open. Great. From here, let us begin some movement. Coming to your mat in a tabletop posture, all fours. The knees are down under the hips. Your hands plant about shoulder width. Your wrists are over or under your elbows. Your elbows are under your shoulders. Then we'll move our spine through cow-cat. Cow is dropping the belly, bringing your gaze forward. That's cow. Exhale is rounding the back, drawing navel to spine, gaze towards your navel, arching your back like a cat. Flow through this a few times. Your eyes can be open or closed. So again, moving with your breath from cow to cat. This pose is allowing the vertebra that run down your spine to move. And then we'll meet back in a flat tabletop. You're looking down at the space between your thumbs. A side body stretch will be next. Reach your right leg long behind you. Then cross your right leg, pick it up, cross it over your left and let your toes tap down. Maybe I should turn. I'm going to turn the opposite direction so you can see that. Pick the legs up, cross them over. Nice. Now let your hips fall to the right as you look over your left shoulder. So you are looking towards your right toes. This is allowing a nice stretch along the side of your body. So we want to stretch out and warm up before we begin more movement. And then go ahead and bring that knee back. I'm going to turn back the other direction. And now we'll take the left. So the left leg is long first. And then cross the left leg over the right. Let your toes touch down. And now I'm looking over my right shoulder so I can see my left toes and my hips are falling to the left. Nice. And come back to the center. There's your all fours. We'll make our way to a standing posture next. Come all the way up to your standing. Nice. And I'll face you here for a moment. You want to stand nice tall spine. Think of lifting your shoulders up, back, and down. So we want to avoid slouching, standing up nice and tall. And your palms are forward. And draw your belly in and up. You can feel that engagement of your core, which means drawing the belly in. Feeling strong there in your core. Nice. Mountain pose is next. Draw your arms, reach them up to the sky. Now I realize my hands came out of your view, but I know you can imagine my fingers are just reaching up towards the sky. Nice. Now I am going to turn so you can see my side body for our next pose. Release your hands down, all the way down to your mat or your towel. Then feet step back. So this is a plank. Hugging your elbows along the sides of your body, lower all the way down. And then from here, shine your chest forward. This is called cobra pose, like a snake. Lower back down. Curl your toes under. Downward facing dog is next. Lift up, pick your knees up, send your hips up and back. Your body makes an upside down V. This is down dog. So this is our warm-up. This is the same warm-up we did in our first session, if you tuned into our first session. And we'll flow through this twice more. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then step both feet forward. Lift up halfway. Imagine you are a swimmer on a starting block. We didn't take this pose last time, but I'm adding this in for you. Then fold forward, and then come all the way back up to mountain. And then we'll flow through this a second time. Fold forward, plant your palms, feet step back, lower all the down to your towel or mat. Shine the heart forward, gaze forward. And back down, curl the toes under. Lift up to downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Look forward and step your feet forward. Lift up like the swimmer. Back is flat. Fold forward. Rise all the way up to mountain. Last time through. Forward fold. Plant your palms. Step back to plank pose. Lower all the way down. Shine your chest forward, cobra pose. Lower back down. Curl the toes under. Lift back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Exhale. One more breath. And walk your feet forward and rise up to standing. And again, I'm going to face you. Nice. So body should feel a little bit warmer. We're ready to move on to a few more poses. I'm going to turn and face directions, as I'll be starting on my right leg, and I want you to be able to see my side body. You don't have to turn, just so you can see me. We'll go over a few poses. If you tuned in last time, these will be a review, but that's great. The more times you see them, the more familiar you will become. The first pose is called Warrior One. We also call it volleyball pose. I'm going to step my right foot forward and the left foot back just a bit. I'm going to turn my left toes out slightly so they're shining towards the upper left corner of my mat or towel or blanket. And I'm going to draw my arms straight up to the sky. Looking forward, this is Warrior One. On Warrior One, we are going to say, I am strong. So say that at home. I am strong. Now, from Warrior One, I'm going to show you a new pose, Warrior Three. I think I'm going to step back a little bit so I'm more in line of the camera. For Warrior Three, I'm going to hinge forward. Fingers reach forward. We'll hold this first. We'll call this Extended Warrior. And I want you to say, I am bold. Now, Warrior Three, the back leg lifts, pick the toes up off the earth, body makes a T. My own power, I can hold. And then you'll step your left foot to meet your right, draw your hands in. So, I am strong, I am bold, my own power, I can hold. So the idea with the flow is to give you strength, help you to feel strong, mighty, and powerful. Now, we'll try that whole thing. This time we'll step the left foot forward. Okay? So left foot steps forward. You might need to step the right foot back. Turn the right toes slightly so they're shining up to that front right corner of your mat. And then reach your arms up. That's Warrior One. So here we say, I am strong. Hinging forward, we'll call this Extending Warrior. I am bold. Warrior Three, the weight's coming to the left foot, the right leg lifts. Maybe your toes just hover off the earth, that's fine. Maybe they lift a little higher. My own power, I can hold. And then step the right foot to meet the left, draw your hands back to your heart. Nice. So that's the first part of our sequence. Let's flow that through one more time, and then we'll add a little bit more on, okay? So, right foot steps forward, left foot back, left toes are turned, Warrior One. I am strong, extend your warrior, I am bold. My own power, I can hold. Left foot forward, right foot back. Ready? I am strong, I am bold. My own power, I can hold. Nice. All right, we'll add on. Warrior One, I am strong. Standing forward, I am bold. power I can hold. Warrior 2 will be next. Step this left foot back, turn the toes towards the left side. Front knee stays bent, and then reach your arms front and back. This is Warrior 2, arms are straight. We practiced this pose the first time we met, and I told you that it was almost like a surfer, so you could think of this as surfer pose. I want you to turn your gaze over your right middle fingers. So there you are in Warrior 2. From here, we'll turn our front palm so it's facing the sky. Reverse warrior. Reach the right arm up. Let the left hand dust your back leg. And then reach the right arm back. Imagine you're high-fiving the wall behind you. Nice. From here, we'll come back to Warrior 2. Star pose will be next. Turning your right toes slightly, open up like a star, big star. So again, the 5 points of the star are your 2 arms, your 2 legs, and your torso. From star, we'll take falling star. Lead with your chest. Come all the way down. Hands touch the earth. This pose looks different on everyone. You might want to walk your feet a little wider and your forearms might come down. Maybe your head touches down. Maybe you stay up on your arms. Maybe you walk your hands through your legs. Let your head dangle. We're going to hold this pose for just a bit. It's a beautiful pose for the body. Your blood flow is reversing. Energy is moving towards your head, your brain. Nice, and let's hold. And then go ahead, bring the hands back. And then from here, press into the hands, and then we'll hop our feet back into the center. And then come all the way up to mountain. And draw your hands in. Voila, we'll take the whole thing on the other side. So face back to the front. And now we're stepping the opposite forward. The left foot is forward, the right foot is back. So there's your Warrior 1. And we'll say that little opening quote, I am strong, I am bold. My own power, I can hold. Whoa, I'm losing my balance there. And then we'll step that foot back, open to Warrior 2. Remembering Warrior 2, you're seeing my back side this time. The surfer. Turn the front palm up, lay it back, reverse. Nice. Back to Warrior 2. Open up to your star. I'm just going to flip so you can see me. There's your star. And then hinging forward, there's your falling star. Hands come down. And then again. Forearms can come down, your hands might come to your ankles, your shins. Just holding the pose. Stay for a breath. Release your hands down. Now we have that little jump. Push into your hands, jump your feet together, and then come all the way up to mountain, hands to heart center. Awesome. We're going to add one more piece in. Face back to the front, Warrior 1. Ready? Warrior 1, I am strong, I am bold, my own power I can hold. Step back, there's your Warrior 2. Reverse. Now, here we're going to add what is called half moon. I'm going to have you stop for a moment and locate your stack of books, or your block. Here's my block. I'm going to put that in the upper right corner of my mat. And that's simply going to be to rest my hand on. So I'm in Warrior 2, I lay it back, reverse. Nice. Now from here, I'm going to windmill that right hand all the way down to the top of my block. So the block is nice, it brings the earth a little higher to you. And then I'm going to reach my left arm up to the sky, weight is coming to right hand, right foot, as I pick my left foot up off of the earth and shine my heart forward. So this is called half moon pose. From here, I'll step back. There's Warrior 2. back to star, falling star. Release your hands. Push hands into the earth. That little hop is next. Hop your feet together. Come all the way up. Nice. We'll take it on the other side. I'm going to face the other direction again, so I'm facing you. So I'm going to move my block, and this time it's coming to the, you want to switch yours to the left corner. Okay, so we'll step the left foot forward, the right foot back. And there's your warrior one. I am strong. I am bold. My own power, I can hold. And then step back. Open to warrior two, or that surfer pose. Nice. Lay it back, reverse. Big stretch. Half moon is next. Windmilling the hand forward towards the block. Weight comes to left hand, left foot. Reach the right arm up. Pick the right leg up. And there's your half moon. Nice. Back to warrior two. Just set the right foot back down. There's warrior two. Hands to your hips. Turn, open up. There's your star. And then 5-pointed star. Hands plant. Pop your feet in. Come all the way up. And draw your hands to heart center. One more piece. Can we add one more piece on? Let's try it. All right, I'm moving my block back. I keep turning again just so that I'm facing you and you can see me. Whole thing, one last piece. This last piece is really going to get our heart rate going. All right, right foot forward, left foot back. Warrior one, I am strong. I am bold. My own power, I can hold. We step back, open to warrior two, the surfer pose. Reverse, lay it back. This next pose is called half moon. Windmilling the right hand forward towards the block. Weight to right hand, right foot. Left arm reaches, left leg reaches. There's half moon. And we'll step back to warrior two, our surfer pose. Feet didn't land quite the way you want them. Move them so they are. Hands to hips, pivot front foot. Open up to star pose. Falling star. Hop the feet in. Here's where we add on. Bend your knees, sit your hips back. This is chair pose. You can see my chair, my knees are over my ankles. You want to avoid bringing your knees forward. Think of knees over your ankles, squeezing your inner thigh muscles together. So this is chair. From our chair, we're going to hop to mountain, hop to chair, hop to star. We'll take that again. Chair, mountain, chair, star. Chair, mountain, chair, star. Chair, mountain, chair, star. Chair, mountain, chair, star. Last time, chair, mountain, chair, star. Draw your hands to your heart center, step your feet in. You might need to shake your feet out a little bit because my guess is your heart is moving a little bit faster. So hopefully you found a little energy. Last time through. Again, I'm moving my block so I'm facing you. How's the heart rate? Is it okay to do it one more time? All right, let's step the left foot forward, right foot back. Warrior one, I am strong. I am bold. My power I can hold. Step back. Warrior two, surfer pose. Nice. And then lay it back, reverse. Half moon. Bringing your left hand out towards your stack of books or block. Reach the right arm up, right leg lifts. Your chest shines. There's half moon. Step back to warrior two. Hands to hips, 5-pointed star. Falling star, hinge forward. Plant your hands, hop the feet in. Bend at the knees, send your hips back. There's chair. Nice. Now that little heart rate piece. Chair, mountain, chair, star. Chair, mountain, chair, star. Twice more. Chair, mountain, chair, star. Chair, mountain, chair, star. Draw your hands in. Nice job, everyone. Now again, you might need to just step back and forth a few times, bringing that heart rate back down. And then we're going to take it down to a seated posture after your heart rate comes down. I'm straightening out my mat because mine got a little crunched up. I don't know if yours did or not. And then come all the way down. We're going to spend just a little bit of time on our core. So we had been talking about different modes of transportation that might symbolize how you feel today. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling energized more than when I first started. I think all the movement. So I am going to bring you into a boat pose, and we'll start thinking of the boat as a power boat, like a motorboat. Sitting down, feet are planting. You can bring your hands to the backs of your legs. These are your hamstrings. Lift your feet up from the earth. The crown of your head is towards the sky. And you can keep your hands here, or you can bring your hands forward like wheels. Your knees can be bent here, or your legs can be straight. Neither one is better. If your legs are straight, that means your hamstrings are pretty loose. If you have tighter hamstrings, it will be difficult to bend your knees, or to straighten your legs. Straighten the knees. So either way, hey, there we are in our boat. Feeling energized. Imagine it's a sunny day. It's raining here right now while I'm filming this, but I'm pretending it's a sunny day. And I'm driving along in my boat, really enjoying the scenery. And maybe I want to calm down just a little bit. So I sit back like I'm in a canoe, maybe folding my hands, just enjoying. Nice. Can you feel that in your core? Hopefully you can. Let's lift back up to our power boat. And then one more time back to our kayak or our canoe. And slowly, gently lower all the way down. Take a big stretch. Reach your arms overhead. Yeah. You can see my whole body here. And then from here, we'll find bridge pose, which will stretch out that core. Bend the knees, soles of feet plant. Your knees are shining forward rather than falling out. Arms alongside body, fingers close to heels. And just pick your hips up. Lifting up like a bridge. Imagine a sailboat is going underneath. Sailboats have a really tall mast. So you have to lift up high to let that boat pass underneath. Just hold. And stay for one more cycle of breath. And then slowly, slowly lower back down, no rush. Nice. And then draw knees in towards your chest. Give them a nice hug. Maybe a little bit of rolling side to side. Feels really good in your low back. Nice. And then we'll come up, roll right up to a seated posture. So we are going to practice two poses. One of them is a nice release for your hips, and the other one is a balance pose. I like to add a balance pose in each time. It's a little more challenging, but it gives you something to work towards. So the hip opening first. If you are spending a lot of time in your house, which I'm thinking many of you are, our hips get tighter, especially if you're seated. Maybe you're sitting at a desk at home, or maybe you're spending more time on the couch. Our hips get tight. So this next pose, it's actually called cow face. And you have to use your imagination to see the cow face, but I'll explain it to you. Now I'm going to mirror you. So I'm going to say bring your right knee forward. And if you're looking at me, it's really my left. But again, I'm mirroring you, so this is on the same side for you. So that right knee's on the bottom, and then you're going to cross the left leg over the right and let the knees come together. So your feet are alongside your body. Can you see that? Almost like handlebars. Now again, this pose will look different on every body. I can't see you, you can't see one another, but just take note, there might be a big space here between your knees, which is great. Maybe your knees touch. Maybe you even want to take one of your books and wedge it in between there if that feels more comfortable for you. You can have the space there. Yeah, and then we're simply going to hold this pose. I want you to hang on towards your feet and even think of them almost like handlebars. Now, let me tell you why this is called cow face. I did not make this up. You have to use your imagination. But look down at your legs. Your knee, your top knee, is supposed to be the nose of the cow. So this is the cow's head. And then your feet are supposed to be like an ear, like ears of the cow. So think about that. It's called cow face. We can go a little deeper in this pose. You can stay here, a nice tall spine, again the shoulders back, or we can hinge forward, keeping the spine nice and tall. So we're not slouching here. I'm slouching right now. You don't want to slouch, but kind of think of bringing your chin forward and releasing it over that top knee. And that will get you a little deeper. If that feels good in the hip, I guess I don't want to say feel good because it's going to give you a little stretch, but that's a good stretch. You're helping to release that hip, helping the hip to be a little more flexible, have a greater range of motion. But of course, if it's painful, then you want to back off. So wherever you are, then we'll hold. And find your way back up. And then from here, we'll uncross the top leg and place your feet on your towel, maybe as wide as your towel, a little wider than hip width. And then think of windshield wipers. Let your knees go each side a few times. Yeah, you got it. Actually, I'm saying you got it, and I don't really know if you do because I can't see you, but I'm assuming you do. And then go ahead, walk your feet back in, and we'll take this on the other side. So now your bottom leg is going to be your left. So bring the left leg on the bottom, and then the right leg will come up and over. And one thing you might notice right away is that this side is easier for you. You can get into the pose a little deeper, or maybe this is your tighter side. Usually one side is tighter than the other. Our body isn't symmetrical. I think you talked about symmetry in math, how two sides are the same, and if you fold them together, they match up. Our body isn't like that. It's not symmetrical. We say that's asymmetrical, a meaning not, because they're not the same as far as how flexible they are. So this side, maybe you can hinge forward farther, or maybe not as far. Just go wherever your body allows you to go. Hold the pose. Just kind of breathe on through, letting your body release. And then come back up to your tall spine. Nice. And then we'll unwrap our legs, send your legs forward. Maybe shake them out a little bit. From here, let's take a forward fold. I'm going to sit this way so you can see me. Flex your feet so they're shining towards your face. Can you see that? And then reach your arms up. And then just think of hinging forward. Your hands come maybe below your knees, maybe your shins, maybe your ankles. You can bend your knees here. If that feels really tight in the backs of your legs, your hamstrings, then you bend your knees and think of your face towards your knees. And just hold for a few rounds of your breath. And come back up. Nice. So the balance pose for today is called baby hopper. Again, this is a more challenging pose. I don't expect you to get the pose today. If you get it, great. If you don't get it, great. I mentioned before that most things in life are difficult before they are easy. But we don't want to give up. Just keep at it. You will eventually get it. Riding your bike is a fine example. When you were a little kid in first grade or kindergarten, I don't know how old you are when you learned how to ride your bike, can't remember. But you probably fell and you didn't quit. You kept going and eventually could ride your bike. So the same with this pose or any pose. If you don't get it right away, that's totally fine. Just stay with it. And eventually, maybe it'll be a year from now. Doesn't matter, you'll get it. So this pose is called baby hopper. So from this seated position, I want you to take your hand that's facing me and bring it down next to your hip, and then walk it out a little farther and back just a tiny bit. So let me say that again. Bring your hand out even with your hip, fingers face out towards me, and then back just a bit, about a hand's print. Okay? You can see my hands, right? I think you need to back up. There you go. So even with your hip, back. Now, the back leg, which is my right, I'm going to cross that up over my left. And then I want you to turn your toes so they also face towards the screen in which you're watching this. So your toes and your fingers can be about even, so maybe you back your hand up a little bit, and they're facing the same direction, okay? Now from here, you're taking the opposite arm, which is the right arm, and I want you to bring it inside this front leg. So do you see where my arm is? I'm bringing it inside. And from here, I'm gonna reach for this longer leg. Now, where on the leg, it's going to be different for everyone. So maybe you want to try it and then make adjustments. You might reach for your ankle, maybe you reach for the arch of your foot, maybe you reach more for the toes, you decide. Then your chest is going to face down between your hand and your foot, so towards the earth. Okay, so I'm holding on here. And then the easiest way for me to tell you what to do here is imagine you're in this position and someone says, get up. And you just pick that leg up. See how I'm picking it up? Do you see the space beneath? And that's called baby hopper. All right? So let's walk through it one more time, and then we'll try it on the other side. I'm going to start from the very beginning. Here you are, seated, nice tall spine. My left hand, the hand closest to the TV, you're going to bring that even with your hip, walk a hand's print out, and then just a hand print back. Crossing the other leg up and over. Shine the toes the same direction as your hand. The right arm, the arm that is extended, bring that along the inside of this front leg. Reach either for your ankle, the arch of your foot, your toes, your shin. For me, it works to reach for my toes, but that might not be what works for you. Then shine your chest at this space between your toes and your fingers. Kind of rolling up onto this front hip. And then imagine someone says, get up, and you pick that leg right up. Yeah, so that is building strength in your arm because you feel it in your arms. Let's try it on the other side. I like to think that we have a good side and a better side. That was my good side, or that was my better side. This is my good side, so it's not as good as the other side. So I have to work on it to get a little stronger on this side. All right, so now the opposite hand, and again, I just switched directions so that you can see me. Opposite hand comes even with the hip, forward and just a little bit back, cross that back leg, and then turn your toes. So the toes and the fingers are in line facing forward, or facing towards the TV, or maybe you had to flip around so you can see the TV too. So this inside arm, well, it might be outside, you want to bring it inside. And then you're reaching for this extended, for me it's my right leg, ankle, arch of foot, toes, and then I'm going to kind of roll up on that hip, look down, and then again, just imagine someone says, oh, time to get up, and you lift up. Yeah, so that's baby hopper. Great. Now you can review this posture at any time because you can simply turn this video back on. If you want to fast forward to this part so you can practice it, that sounds great. All right, let's bring our feet forward, soles of feet together, like a butterfly, just relax here. Nice. And we are coming to the end of our yoga practice today. I want you to find your way to a seated, or actually we'll find our way to coming down upon our back. And a really nice way to get down is to reach your arms forward and then slowly come down. Because what's happening here is you're getting a little more work in your core. Slowly, slowly come all the way down. You can reach your arms overhead, take a big stretch. And then go ahead, reach your arms alongside your body with your palms up. And let your feet flop right and left. Feel your shoulders roll into the earth. And just imagine that you are melting into the earth below you. I'm sitting up if you're watching me, but you don't need to do that. I'm going to guide you through a little closing called Outside In. Close your eyes, and I want you to be aware of all the noises that are going on outside. You're inside right now, outside. What do you hear? Maybe you don't hear anything, but maybe you hear rain. Maybe you can hear cars going by. Maybe you hear trees blowing. You could hear people talking outside. I don't know, wherever you are, just what do you hear outside? I'm going to be quiet for a moment and just let you focus on what you hear outside. Now, I want you to bring your awareness to what you hear inside the room that you are in. So whatever room you are in, what do you hear? Maybe you can hear I can hear the heat a little bit, moving through the register. What do you hear? Are there any noises? Just be aware of the sounds that you hear. Now, I want you to come inside your body. What do you hear inside of you? Maybe your stomach is growling a bit. Maybe your throat is making a noise. Maybe you can hear the sound of your breath. What sounds do you hear inside of you? Just focus on you. Let go. And just be still on your mat. And stay here just a short time. Hopefully your body is feeling calm, cool, and comfortable. Begin to awaken your body. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. Rotate at the wrists and the ankles. Take a big stretch. Reach your arms overhead, your legs long in front of you, a big stretch. And then draw your knees in towards your chest, give them a big hug, wrap your forearms around your shins. Roll to one side, either side. Resting your head along your arm. You can think of your arm like a pillow. Stay here for just a breath. And then go ahead, lift your way up to your seated cross-leg position. And draw your hands in towards your heart. And I'd like you to come back to the idea of a mode of transportation that describes how you are feeling. Is the mode of transportation different now than it was when we began our practice? Maybe if you were feeling stressed and a lot of movement, do you feel more calm now? Maybe if you were feeling sluggish, do you feel more energized? So think within what mode of transportation is now describing how you feel. we'll close our practice with 3 breaths together. Breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. One more breath. Exhale. And draw your hands to your heart if they're not there already. We'll close our practice with the word namaste. Namaste means I bow to you. And then if you answer namaste back, you bow to me. Think of the light and the energy inside of me bows to you. And then again, the light and energy in you bows to me. So let us draw our thumbs up to our forehead center. Together, bow forward. Namaste. Nice. And you can open your eyes. Maybe you did that already. Thank you so much for logging in today. Again, if you'd like a shout out, comment below. If you're not following my YouTube channel, you could do that or have your parents follow Lisa Jo, just J-O Kramer. You'll always know when I upload another video, and that way I can see your comments. Have an amazing day. Hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.